So here we are with my mate Mark from MJS Avery's. How you going, Mark?
Good, thanks. Yourself?
Absolutely great. So we have a macaw, and Big Mac is about 5 years old, and the parents are just out there. We'll have a look at later on. And I got my macaw through Mark, and that was the first time I met Mark. And I thought we'll have a little chat on birds and what you do and what you provide, and a bit of husbandry and all sorts of stuff. So first of all, what sort of birds do you work with here?
Predominantly rainbow lorikeets and their mutations. Kind of hooked on the mutation side.
And
of
that's
it.
pretty big at the moment, the mutation with the lorikeets.
It's just got very big all of a sudden with two new colours that have just been, I wouldn't say established yet, but they're very close to, and that's the blue and the par blue. I don't have any as yet, but there's a lot of people interested in moving that colour into some of the other mutations to see what it looks like.
So the rainbow lorikeet is native to Australia?
Native.
Also found overseas?
There's a lot overseas.
Yep. What else do you breed?
I have exotic lorries. I have 3 different species of macaws.
So what we've got there, we've got the
Blue and golds.
blue and gold, and I don't know if you can see it, but this is Big Mac, my macaw's sister. And how old's this girl?
5 months.
5 months. Hello.
Just been weaned.
Just been weaned. And for sale?
I think I've sold it, but I'm not sure yet.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
Green wings
green wings.
and yellow-collared macaws.
Okay, now which is the biggest one of those species?
Out of that species is the green wings.
Green wings.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're very big. Obviously, the red ones are the scarlets.
Scarlets, they have a big yellow band around there.
Okay. Do you do those as well?
No,
No.
not
Okay.
yet.
How long have you been into birds for and breeding?
Sort of a bit of a hobby to start with, and then probably more seriously in the last 18 years since we moved out here.
Yep. Moved from.
We moved from Berwick. We had just a backyard.
Yep.
And then we decided to buy a bit more space.
Okay, and are you originally from New Zealand?
From New Zealand.
Yeah, because I'm half New Zealand Maori, so as you know. Also, what's the lifespan on some of these birds? So for like a bird here, the macaw?
The macaw can be anything to 80 years plus.
80 years plus. So a very long time. Do you think people jump into buying birds?
Oh,
Especially ones that live for a long time?
definitely.
Yeah.
They're a big bird to have inside, and I actually try and talk people out of getting macaws sometimes, because when they fly inside and they land on the bench, everything goes off the bench.
Absolutely. I know all about it. Absolutely.
Yep.
And they live for a long time, so you've got to be prepared to, have that bird and be able to pass it on if you can.
And a lot of times these birds will become a one-person bird. If it's a solo person in a house for 20 years,
Yep.
the bird will get very attached to that person. And if something happens to that person, it's very hard for the bird to go somewhere else.
So they can go off their food, they can start pulling feathers and
Exactly.
they're very smart. They're one of the smartest birds. What's classed as the smartest bird in the world?
They say that the African grey is
Yeah.
the smartest bird in the world, but there are some thoughts now, and being a Kiwi, that the Kia is actually smarter than the African
Which is a
grey.
beautiful bird. What colour's the Kia?
It's basically green all over on the outside, but in its under wings and that, it's bright red.
So when it opens up,
It's-
beautiful
That's
red.
correct. And yeah, don't park your car down in the South Island.
That's right. So they pull it apart. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They get
I've
every
actually-
little bit and just pull it apart.
I've actually been prone to that. Down in Fiordland on the way to Milford Sound, there's a tunnel. It's a one-way tunnel. You've got to wait for the traffic lights to change before
Yep.
you can drive through. And if you park there in your car, the Kias will come down and they'll pull the rubber strips out of the windscreen
boy.
wipers. They will pull the tyre valves off the
So
tyres.
do they take it with them, or are they just strip things?
Just strip things,
Yeah.
just dump them.
And are they pets over there as well?
No.
In New Zealand? No. So they're protected and you can't have them for pets. Are they endangered? Do we know?
They are endangered.
No, endangered, yeah. Talking about New Zealand birds, do they have macaws there? Can you have exotic birds there?
There are macaws in New Zealand. There are green wings. There are scarlets and blue and golds that I know of.
And do you know the prices of them there? Are they a lot more than here?
No, I think their prices can pretty comparative to here.
Okay.
Some of their other birds, like the black cockies and that they've got over there, are a lot more expensive than here.
Yep.
But generally, I think their macaws are pretty much the same price, and their African greys. They've done really well. They had some good breeders early on. So I wouldn't say the market's flooded with them, but they've got a lot there. So.
And you can just go in a pet shop and buy these animals, or
do
you need a license or anything like that over there?
I don't think so.
And here you need no license for exotic birds, or depending, how does that work?
You need a license for native birds. Some native birds. Not all native birds.
But macaws and all that are fine to have. And they're still classed as exotic animals.
Correct, yeah.
The macaws and African greys. You breed African grey parrots?
We've got a pair of African greys, and unfortunately we've had infertile eggs so far.
Oh, wow. That's okay. What age do they start breeding, the macaws? Is it...
My blue and golds actually laid their first egg off the perch onto the concrete at 4 years of age.
So, wow. Considering they live for up to 80 years old, that's really young.
Yeah.
But
most of the other the scarlets and the green wings are more of a 7 to 10 year before they start.
How many eggs do they have? Roughly?
Between 3 and 5 for the blue and golds.
Now, you yourself personally, do you incubate them artificially or with an incubator, or do you let mum do it?
It varies. If I have orders for hand-reared pets, in the past I would take the eggs, incubate the eggs, and...
That'll be 100% success rate?
No.
Most of the time, or no?
No, it's...
Still touch and go?
It depends on the incubator. There's, like anything, there's good incubators and not so good incubators on the market.
I mean, exactly. And another thing is where you position them.
Humidity plays a big part.
You want incubators in the right spot, right place of the house. But yeah, so you still might not get 100% success.
No, one of the best seasons I had was a couple of years ago where they had 4 eggs, all fertile. I pulled all 4 and incubated them, and she went down and laid another 4. And,
oh, wow.
And all 8 hatched, and we got 8 on the perch.
Wow.
So that was good.
So you just candle them, just like reptile eggs? And
exactly the same.
Sure
you can see the blood veins, and then you can monitor how they progress.
Yep.
I also do leave some out there for parent rearing if I don't have orders for pets.
And what's the success rate on that? Is that...
So far it's been 100% for my blue and golds.
Oh, how's that?
On parent reared ones.
Wow. So, do you think there's any difference when they're hatched? No?
I think...
Health-wise, or do you think... I don't know.
What tends to happen, they tend to be bigger babies earlier on. It takes between 5 and 5.5 months to rear a blue and gold macaw.
Yeah.
And what we've found with the hand rearers that I use is parent reared ones, they get very big very fast and then tend to taper off towards the end of weaning.
Yep.
Ones raised from the egg don't tend to be as big early on, but after they get to sort of about the 3-month mark, they soon catch up.
Okay.
So on weaning, they're roughly the same weights. But each bird is individual.
There. Yeah, absolutely, for sure. And what would be your favourite bird? It'll be a hard one. When you ask a bird person what their favourite bird is, it's usually really hard. I don't know. Do you have a favourite? It's usually favourites, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I've had a few favourites come and go.
And and that's right, it can change. So you could have a favourite snake and that can change over time.
Yeah. I wouldn't really say there was one species out there that was my favourite, although I started with rainbow lorikeets and I love the mutations. There's so many colours now, and I guess all the rainbows are something that I like to work with. And I'm hoping to add the blue and the parbleu down the track, which will be very exciting for the colours.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there much of them out at the moment in the hobby?
There's really
industry,
only two guys producing them at the moment. One guy is producing the blues and one guy is producing the parblues.
Yep.
At this stage, I'm unsure as to whether anybody else is actually bred from offspring.
Okay. So. Yep. So husbandry and costs. So I suppose you're on a big scale with big aviaries and a lot of birds. But for the average person, if they were to say buy a macaw, first of all, price, what would they be looking at?
For a single bird, or
just for a bird.
For a single bird, you're looking approximately $4,000 for a blue and gold.
All right,
and that doesn't matter whether it's hand reared or parent reared.
And what about male or female?
Same price.
Okay. Yeah. Also, what's some of the costs, or what are they up for? Say they'll need an aviary outside, a cage inside, or just outside. How does different ways to do it, I suppose.
Yeah. Look, if you're going to have one as a pet, ideally you'd have a cage inside, as large as you can afford.
Yeah.
And another one outside for during the day. They benefit very, very well from being outside in the elements, even the rain.
Yeah.
Even the rain. They love to hang upside down like a bat.
And
they just drop their wings and
have a little wash and clean and
it's seriously, and the sun, they get vitamin D out of the sun. So
Yep.
if you have a bird inside all the time, the feather quality will deteriorate.
Yeah, it wouldn't be healthy at all.
And there can be other issues as well
Yeah.
with feather plucking and stuff like that.
So we have a big cage inside, and our macaw comes in at night time, but he's out in a big aviary during the day. And come 9:30, he'll carry on until he gets taken out. And come 5:30, he'll carry on out there until he comes in. So he's got his times where he wants to go out and in. And he'll muck up if we can't do that. But yeah, I mean, the sun, he loves it.
Yeah.
The fresh air, the heat, the cold, not too cold, the rain, and if you think about it, in South America where they're from, you've always got a bit of sun and that rain and that mist, and they'd be really used to that sort of.
Look, exactly right, and also their plumage, it does help their colour as well. They will go a duller colour if they never get outside.
And what foods do they eat? So you've got seed eaters, you've got nectar eaters. They're a seed eater?
They are, and I call them seed eaters, but my seed eaters get predominantly pellets.
Yeah.
My personal choice is Zupreme, and they have Zupreme pellets in their cage at all times.
Yep.
And then in the morning, they get a bowl that has fruit, vegetables. For the seed eaters, they would get 70 to 80% vegetables, and the rest would be fruit. And they also get, on top of the fruit and vegetables, they get sprouted seeds.
Yep.
Because that's higher in vitamins and minerals and whatnot than normal seed.
Nuts?
At night, they get almonds, walnuts and pecans.
Yep.
They get all those in the afternoon. And if it's any time after 4:30 and it gets a bit late, the backyard just goes erupts because they're waiting for their nuts.
I mean, they're such smart birds, and some people have macaws and they just say, I just won't shut up. It just goes on and on. But I've never had that problem. Big Mac, my boy just carries on if something's up. So if it's time to go out or time to come in, or if the food's gone everywhere out the cage and you can't get to it, I've had no problems with noise. I mean, they are a noisy bird, but some, I suppose, more noisier than others,
Oh, definitely. And I'm pretty lucky with the birds I have here. People say to me, doesn't it get noisy? It's a little rowdy in the morning and a little in the evening. Unless there's a wedge-tailed eagle or a hawk of some description. Occasionally, we get a wedge-tailed eagle, and the birds will just go off.
Yeah,
So loud.
which is natural. There's a big,
But I'm also very lucky in the fact that I've got good neighbours and they enjoy the birds as well. So,
well, that's another thing when you're buying animals, and especially I think a macaw or birds that can be noisy.
the amount of people
You've
I've
got to
seen,
have the right neighbours that will put up with it, I think, because
I've seen so many people wanting to rehome their birds and macaws because they're too noisy.
yeah. So what would be some of the common problems that you'd get with not just macaws but birds in general? As an owner, what would you see? Like, is there lice problems? Is there not you in particular, but just in general when you're keeping a bird? What sort of problems?
For aviary birds, it's a lot different to a pet bird inside. If you've got a pet bird inside, he's not getting exposed to stuff that the aviary birds outside would get to. The aviary birds outside, they can get worms, which is why a lot of my cages are suspended cages, which means the birds can't get down to the ground to forage.
Yep.
Otherwise, you need to worm them. Feather mites, they can get occasionally. And there's obviously the big problem with diseases like beak and feather, polyoma, psittacosis from wild birds.
Okay, yeah.
But we're quite lucky here. We don't get a lot of wild birds.
Yep.
So I have never seen a bird in my yard with advanced beak and feather, because you can tell because of the beak.
So what do they actually look like with the beak and feather?
Their beaks will be very long, some to a point where they can hardly eat. Their toenails grow
very,
long.
very long and skinny-ish.
Yep, the toenails will just be huge.
Okay.
So long. They will start losing their feathers. Most of the time it starts with the head and the crest, and if you see a bald cockatoo, chances are it's got beak and feather.
Now, how bad is this problem?
In areas it's quite bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, because I hear people saying,
different areas.
Yeah, it's terrible. We've got a big problem, and so and so, and in other areas, like, no.
There is rumoured to be a cure for it, but at this present time, I think it's just cost ineffective.
If an infected bird has contact with your bird or one of your birds, is that how it transmits?
Yeah, it's an airborne disease, so it can be transmitted like that.
Yeah.
The only real safe way to guarantee your birds can't get it is to keep them away from wild birds.
Yeah, which I do.
Yeah.
I have a Australian barn owl, and I also have a macaw, like I was saying, as you know. And we keep them away from all birds. We do let people sometimes pet, the macaw or have a photo of the owl, but I don't like people bringing birds near my birds just in case. It's not worth it.
That's right.
Once they've got it, it's a death.
It's a death sentence.
Yeah, so it's terrible.
That unless there are a few people around that will take specific beak and feather birds in, because they already have it.
Yeah.
In their birds.
Yeah.
So they will, if you contact them like a rescue, they will take them in.
Yep.
But wild ones, if you find a wild one, it's best just to take it to the vet.
Yeah, because at one stage, I remember there was problems with people going, "Oh, you poor bird," and they're taking it home near their bird, and they're trying to, and it's just death sentence. So it's scary stuff, and hopefully we can get on top of it. And what would be the most popular pet small bird in Australia, do you reckon? I mean, it used to be the budgie years and years ago, but I think that's gone.
There's so many birds on the market now.
Lorikeets are very popular.
Rainbow lorikeets are very popular, and they're a good price too. You can pick up a normal hand-reared rainbow lorikeet for about the $200 mark, which isn't
And you've
expensive.
also got the what do they call those little birds? The little real little birds, not the Tweety birds. What are they called?
Like a canary.
Yeah, not the canaries, not the budgies. The ones with the little thing sticking up here.
That's described about half of them.
I'm not a bird expert. Oh my!
You have to give me a few more
goodness.
clues. But
All
look,
right.
value
You have
for
to
money.
have a circle here.
Oh, cockatiel.
Cockatiel. There we go. That's it.
Yeah,
Oh
cockatiel.
man, I nearly had to phone a friend.
Yeah, that.
Cockatiel, and I actually rescued one not long ago,
Okay.
and put it on my H.S.C snake control page, and it was at a plaza in Greensboro Plaza, and we actually ended up taking it to the vet in Montmorency, great vet there, and they found the owners, and the owners were so rapt. It was a 12-year-old girl, and
good.
we got all these messages saying thank you. It's been gone for like a few days, and she just lost her grandpa, and they brought this bird for a little sidetracker. So I had sort of like a connection with the passing of her grandfather, and she loved the bird so much. And so yeah, it was great to see. You know, I love it when you can help like that, because pets to some people are like their children.
Oh, exactly.
They they're not just, I don't know.
If I
There's
was
more to than just.
if I was to have one bird as a pet, and I've got exotic birds here, some are reasonably rare. If I was to have one bird and one bird only as a pet, it would be a galah.
So when it comes to vets, there's not a lot of people that specialise in reptiles. So we're lucky to have Dr. Shane Simpson here in Victoria from Kringle Vet, also from Unusual Pet Vets. And Unusual Pet Vets also do exotic birds and native birds, and that's where we like to go with our animals. Where do you go with your birds?
I go to the Melbourne Bird Clinic.
Melbourne Bird Clinic.
Yes.
And where are they located?
Corner of Stud Road and Scoresbury Road.
Okay, they've been there for a while now, haven't they? Yep.
They've been there for a long time.
Okay. Also, when it comes to microchipping and stuff like that, and DNA testing, where does that get done? There's a couple of mobs.
There's three mobs that I know of that do the DNA testing, and one is DNA Solutions here
Yep.
in Melbourne. There's also, I can't remember their name, but you send it off to Queanbeyan, the samples, and they send them to South Africa,
Yep.
MDS.
Okay.
And there's a now place in Perth, Animetrics, which is who I use, and so far they've been very good, very very quick and very efficient with getting the results back to you.
So when you, for those that don't know, sex an animal, do you want to tell people how these animals are sexed?
Yeah, we normally just take a blood sample from the bird, and we buy kits, what they call kits, and they have a needle in the kit, and they have a piece of paper which printed on, and you write the bird either a name or an ID number, which is why we use a lot of rings on the birds.
Yep.
Prick the bird on the foot and the toe, and you take a blood sample.
Okay. Yep.
And depending on how many samples you want done, it varies from $15 to $20 odd.
So when you have a bird like this one ready to go, this beautiful one here, which I want to really take home. So how does that work? So you will get all the testing done. You'll find out if it's a male or female. You'll put the ring on. You put the ring on.
The rings have to go on at about 14 days of age.
14 days?
Approximately.
By law, or is that just what you do?
Depends on the
Species?
bird.
Yep.
The smaller birds.
And now, what's that ring say? What's that do? What's it about?
On the
Just for people that
macaws,
don't know.
On the macaws, you have to use a stainless steel ring. You can't use anything else; they'll crush it.
Yep.
And I have mine personalised with MJS and a number.
Okay.
And then I write the number down in the book.
So if someone gets that bird and sees that,
I can trace back to that I bred it.
Okay. And with the microchip?
with the microchipping, I only do that if it's by request.
Okay, yeah.
And I think it was last time about $160 for a macaw, because they actually give it a health check as well. They won't because it goes under anaesthetic.
Okay, do they put it
in the chest?
So,
in the chest muscle.
So dogs and cats, I think, are
in the
over
neck.
here, and then chest for the birds.
Birds in the chest muscle. So what they do is they will give the bird a health check first, and then they will anaesthetise it.
Which is always risky, putting animals under, especially birds that touch and go.
Birds are a lot more riskier than dogs and cats.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have lost a bird that was getting a minor operation done to it for one of its toes.
Well,
lost
terrible.
a macaw. So.
And then the microchip goes in. So you won't sell it with the microchip unless it's requested, or have the band on it, health checked and vet checked and ready to go.
Yep.
Guaranteed.
Yep.
I've never had one problem with buying birds off you. Even though it's only been one. Just you've been great to deal with up front. And thanks for coming on the show. It's a big pleasure to have you on, and an honour. And I say that to most of my guests because it really is an honour to have the people that I have on my show. I don't just get anyone on this show. I am, very picky, and I'm just wrapped that we could be here today to do this. And any questions, we're going to have all your details in the description so they can get in contact with you. You're not on Facebook or YouTube or anything like that, but you do have a business card and information that we'll definitely put down there. So if you're looking to buy a bird, Mark's your man. So yeah, thanks very much, mate, and we'll go and check out some of these birds.
No problem.
Cheers. Come through.
So we just have the walkway that services all the nest boxes and everything.
Yep. Fantastic. So is there some eggs or babies we can look at?
Certainly is. So there's babies in here.
Oh, they're gorgeous. Have a look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Now, what sort of babies are these?
Okay, they'll be split blue front rainbows.
Okay.
This pair I use basically for fostering, and they've actually hatched their own out this time.
Do you have any eggs?
We have eggs in here, so you can see that they're fertile.
Fantastic.
With the doors, I used to have a lot of mouse problems.
Yep.
And what I did was I had all these doors made up. I had to pick the one that didn't make. Put their powder and wet mix up here. And since then, the mice has dropped dramatically. They don't get into that.
That's great.
Black lorry.
That's a black
lorry.
Beautiful.
Yellow streak lorry.
Gorgeous. Loving that red and black on the head.
Yeah,
red and black.
These are probably one of my favourite lorries. And these are white-bellied capes.
Now they're just beautiful. Have a look at those eyes.
The clowns of the bird world, apparently.
Now your system here.
We were talking earlier, and I've gone away from the steel bowls, or the stainless steel bowls, to the ceramic ones because the birds can't pull them out.
Yep.
And we just have a simple tap, turn them on. That turns on the watering system for the birds.
Look at that, fills them all up at once. Fantastic.
we also have the system for the misting. So we just turn that on.
Oh, fantastic. Look at that. So 2 taps, one to fill up all of the water bowls at once and one for the misting. And there's your misters. And you've done all this yourself?
Yep.
Fantastic job. Oh, you like that water? Yes, you do.
Love it. The lorries love it.
Fantastic, mate.
So, and we just, all the aviaries have a safety walkway.
So you come in here, lock it up, and that way if a bird gets out while you're doing maintenance,
Exactly right.
it's not going to go out now.
No, so you can check nest boxes and everything, and if something gets out.
Fantastic. Okay, mate, lead the way. Yeah. So as you can see, it's a pretty big property. All nice, neat, clean and tidy, just the way I like things.
Except for the office.
Yeah. Okay, we'll start over here. So my macaw is from here, from Mark, 5 years ago. And mum and dad, which one's the dad?
That's the father there.
The dad there of my macaw, and
The mother,
the mum's there.
and that's a parent reared baby.
So that's the baby that is how old?
Nearly 5 months
Nearly
old.
5 months old. And that's a male. And there's a sibling, which is a female.
Inside, correct.
Beautiful. Have a look at that. What a big boy. No wonder my boy's so big, because his dad is just huge. I mean, literally the biggest, or one of them, if not the big, probably the biggest for me, macaw of its type I've ever seen. He's a big boy. And this baby, he's a big boy too. Wow. And there's mummy. I mean, mum's big too.
Yeah. They were actually bred by people I know in Tasmania.
Oh, really? From Tasmania?
They came from Tasmania. And they're some original import birds.
So we were just in Tassie not long ago, filming. So yeah. All right, and what do we have here?
Green wing.
Green wings.
Green wing macaws.
Check that beak out.
So young pair, just rising 5 come Christmas time.
Yep.
They have been doing all the right things. They may breed, they may not, but most of the time it's around 8 or 9 before they breed.
Yep. Hello. Look at those big beaks. Huge. So, I mean, macaws, the common ones, shall we say, are big enough, and these ones are just so much bigger. And I love that red on birds. It's just meant to be, I think.
Spectacular, isn't it?
Just beautiful.
I love the green through the wings.
Absolutely. Awesome cages. So you did all these cages yourself?
I built them all. They're 10-year-old, those cages now.
Fantastic. Oh my goodness. Check this out.
Okay, just a holding cage that has young birds that haven't been paired up yet.
Yep.
So they're all ones I've kept back for various reasons.
Absolutely beautiful. Lots of different colours and just beautiful. And here we have a very popular bird these days, the African grey parrot. With that beautiful red tail feathers. So they're a breeding pair?
No, they've had eggs, but they haven't been fertile, so unfortunately.
But they are paired up for you.
Yeah,
Here we go. That's your common.
The one on the left is a normal-looking wild-type rainbow. The one on the left, on the right, is what we call melanistic.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
Blue front, melanistic.
Like darker.
Yeah. All with the blue on the front, obviously.
Now these are just.
Latino.
Wow. I think I really want to buy a pair of these. I mean, they are beautiful. Do people keep these just inside or outside inside or just outside or whatever they want?
Basically, from a breeding perspective, they're outside.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they do make reasonably good pets, although they do spray, they squirt, and a lot of people don't like that.
Oh, you can't be outside. It's fresh air.
That's why they're in a suspended cage, because it's...
So they handle the cold okay?
No problem.
But you've got a good setup too.
They roost in the
we
boxes.
must remember, you know, if you've got the right setup and equipment, you can't just leave your birds out in the elements and go, oh, but, you know, he's well okay. You've got to have that setup. So you've got a box where they can retreat to.
They roost in the box at night, and that's undercover, so
yeah.
it's not too bad.
And off the ground, so
Fellows.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
It's a fellow and what we call split. So the normal looking one is a split to fellow. This is a double factor dilute on the left and a double factor grey-green on the right, or some people call them double factor mustard.
That's gorgeous. And look at these.
These are blue streaks.
Beautiful. Sorry about the netting. It's one of the problems you have when you're filming or taking photos of birds. You've always got a cage and netting and something to deal with.
So this is a melanistic or a blue front male, split Latino, and a Latino split blue front hen. Single factor grey-green.
So we've got the old dishes that you were using and you're changing over to
The ceramic ones.
and same sort of system with the water.
Yep. Just all turns on automatically 5 times a day, or you can turn it on with a manual bypass. So yellow phase dusky and a red phase dusky. Moroccan red lorry. Violet necked lorries. Moroccan red lorries. Wild type rainbows.
Okay, lead the way. So, like the other aviary we looked at, this also has a inside part. Beautiful sound of birds. Up here we've got some wild cockies.
Short-belled corrallers.